Oh my God. And she's like, ow, gorgeous.
Yeah.
And she was, what a star. What a star.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where's it? Virgin Islands?
Virgin Islands.
I won't do any more if I got there.
Oh, boy.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen.
I knew it was going to go that way.
What?
Yeah.
What?
You know,
Chris, who's America's early warning system?
Black ladies.
Thank you. Okay. Wow. What do we
was-
even say about? Yes.
She was amazing.
Yeah, she was amazing. Our friend Eric Swalwell was, Joe Neguse. They all. This is. I said this yesterday, and I think someone tweeted this. I think it is a combination of our case is so strong, our lawyers are so good, Trump
Yep.
is such a dirtbag, his lawyers are so bad.
Yeah.
And can I just say, okay, Officer Goodman deserves something higher than the Presidential Medal of Freedom. So he saved Mitt Romney's life.
Yes.
Can you imagine
By
Mitt Romney got
feet.
beaten to death
Yeah.
by rioters at the Capitol? I mean, we just saw all this. Chuck Schumer, Mitt Romney, seconds, a few steps
Yes.
away is how close this was. This was an assassination attempt. And if Republicans are not going to do anything about an assassination attempt against a vice president of their own party,
Right.
I don't know what to say. And that he tweeted, what an idiot Mike Lee is. What kind of stunt was that? First of all,
Yeah.
his spokesman confirmed exactly what happened. I think they're just so terrified of Trump and of Trump's voters. But they confirmed exactly, right? Abby first tweeted, unclear which statements Mike Lee is disputing. Lee's office confirmed at the time that he received calls from Trump and Giuliani intended for Senator Tuberville, Senator Football McDump.
Right.
And the managers played the voicemail from Giuliani. So the crux of the whole thing was absolutely true. Right, and David Frum said Mike Lee's own spokesperson confirmed the call. Lee is now denying. So I don't know if he's disputing certain words he used to describe it or whatever, but the point is, Tommy Tuberville just confirmed that he told Trump. He just confirmed last night that he told Trump, I've got to go. They just took the vice president out.
Right.
They just evacuated the vice president. Trump tweeted after that.
Yes. Yeah.
About so he knew, not only did he know Mike Pence was in danger,
Yep.
he compounded the danger after that. I mean, it's just, I don't know what Mike Lee was trying to do, but boy, that just blew up in his face because now it's drawing more attention to, right? And Jamie Raskin is so smart to just go, we don't need it. I mean, they have mountains of evidence.
Right.
It's like, fine, you're just trying to, do this big distraction and dog and pony show. And I mean, how do you distract from this footage? How about the body cam footage from the officer, being beaten practically to death? I mean,
What impressed me the most when I was listening to it yesterday was they only had 2 weeks to put this whole detailed timeline together.
Yeah.
That was amazing that
Yeah.
they put together something this detailed and something this methodical in just 2 weeks.
yeah, before we've even had a real investigation.
Right.
Either by, Merrick Garland's not even in office yet, which is what they were trying to slow down, just what we've seen so far.
Right.
Can you understand why they've been desperately trying to delay confirming Merrick Garland? Because this is what we know, not even from a full investigation yet, but this timeline is so damning.
Yeah.
And what did Lindsey Graham say last night on Fox News? I think that it's gone, that chances of voting yes have gone down. I mean, we just found this insulting. And what did he say? Most Republicans found this just ridiculous and insulting.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's why you won't even watch, some of you,
Yeah.
because it's so damning, and it's so damning of them. And I don't even, I know what Lindsey points. He said, well, they don't, we found out they set the bombs the night before, so how can you say it was Trump's speech? No, the Democrats did a brilliant job of showing the whole timeline. It was not about one speech.
Right.
It was about all of this pre-planning and pre-incitement. And so I don't even know what his point is.
And all of it was done on site, underground sites, but they were sites that the administration were monitoring.
Right.
And so they knew.
Funding and
retweeting these people.
Right,
He was
putting ad
these
money
people.
into
Right.
these Stop the Steal ads. This was all planned.
Right.
I mean, they should all just shut up because Lindsey Graham's making it worse, right? You're like, how are you going to say it's all about Trump's speech? It's like, no, the whole point of this trial has been it is not about one speech. That terrifying footage we probably forgot about of them running the Biden bus off the road. He has always incited and glorified and applauded violence.
Right.
And it's just, I don't even know what to say. Garrett Hawk, the reporter, said that Speaker Pelosi had to be evacuated from the entire Capitol complex is new information and speaks to the severity of the threat to lawmakers on that day.
Yeah.
Did you see Officer Goodman was in the chamber? I don't know if it was yesterday. I know the day before he was in the back watching. You know what? I have these fantasies. I wish he had gone up to the gallery, hauled Josh Hawley by his lapels down to his seat in the Senate and said, sit your ass down and listen. I almost died for you, you mother. Oh, those, just that they want people to know that they're got their feet up and they're not listening and right? While we're hearing this terrifying, I thought that was some of the most compelling is the police stuff. Them screaming, we've lost the line, officers, we're declaring a riot, somebody help, right? I mean, it's
Lisa Desjardins on the PBS Evening News,
Yeah.
she said that she was in the gallery when that was going on, and there was a police officer there to guard them or to make sure they were in the right places.
Right.
She said she turned around and looked at him during that portion of the presentation, and he was crying and had his hands clutched and was looking up.
Wait, who was?
Lisa Desjardins from the PBS NewsHour.
Saw a cop who was crying and had his hands
He was
clapped.
literally crying
and
during
you also
during
can
the
see why
presentation.
two of them killed themselves. I mean, I hate to say, but when you look at what they went through, all of them for hours and hours and hours, and how about the one guy? He said, "I just got called the N-word 15 times. Is this America?" And he's crying. He's on his knees crying, and it's just it's okay. But this is the problem with Hawley and Cruz and Rubio. They're accomplices. I mean, I know we were, you got to start with Trump because he's obviously the ringleader but I mean, these are accomplices. They shouldn't be jurors. I mean, we should take care of them separately, but the fact that they get to sit there and disrespect this crime scene they're sitting in, this institution, okay. Like Ronald Braunstein tweeted, worth noting that Marco Rubio, essentially a juror, publicly cheered the same attack on the Biden bus in Texas that impeachment managers are correctly criticizing Trump for also cheering. A reminder of how many Republicans supported the behavior that anticipated the 1/6 violence. I mean, and it's just bombshell after bombshell, right?
Yeah.
Darlene tweeted, wow, Senator Sheldon Whitehouse just said they're looking into if some senators deliberately slowed down the counting by objecting to allow time for the mob to reach the Capitol, and that was the basis of Trump and Giuliani's calls. Therefore, it could have been coordinated. That's news. I mean, if Hawley had not done what he'd done, this was all by design, and they knew exactly what they were doing. It really is. You don't think you're going to be stunned anymore, and it really is.
Well,
yeah.
It upsets me that probably not a single other Republican mind is going to be changed because of this.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
I don't see it happening. I'm really cynical with this one.
This, Jonathan tweets, defense. How can we know that Trump's words actually led to the violence? Dems, here's a guy with a bullhorn reading out one of the president's tweets as they stormed the Capitol in real time. I mean, this timeline was just so devastating, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay. Right. Also, here's another great one. I did have you print all of Twitter, and I apologize, Travis.
Yes.
But it's just
and I'm
so
putting
many.
my mom an appointment for a vaccine shot right now, so I apologize if I'm a little distracted.
Your mommy's vaccine shot?
I'm trying to get an appointment for her right now
so,
this very moment.
So you can talk to me if you want.
Yay.
He's looking. Yeah.
That's more important. Do that.
He's looking at the CVS website.
Yay. Mama bone. The vaccine. Okay.
Anywho,
I was saying to the guy, no, another great point. House impeachment manager Representative Castro makes the argument that if Trump didn't incite the riot, then why were so many in Congress publicly and privately pleading with the former president to call it off?
right.
See, I am a paralegal. I played the Chris Christie yesterday on the show. My show is just mere suggestions for the legal lads and ladies, but then they used it.
You should go clerk for Justice Sotomayor.
I think I will.
Okay, good. Or Justice Kagan.
Do you have any law background? I do not.
No.
But I'm the one that played the Chris Christie audio first.
Just rattle off some Latin.
Ipso facto.
No. Oh God.
No.
Ipso post facto.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Or even
stare decisis.
Yes. E pluribus unum might even impress them.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the point. That was as damning as I thought it was going to be. And by the way, and the other one even more damning, Kevin McCarthy went on Fox.
Yeah.
They all went on TV because they couldn't reach him because he wouldn't answer his phone because he was so gleeful because he's such a sociopath.
Yes.
because he was watching this and confused as to why everybody else wasn't as excited as he was.
Right.
Because they're not maniac ghouls. That's why. Chris Murphy, Senator Murphy said, it's always struck me as 100% deliberate that Trump made no plan for what the crowd was supposed to do when they got to the Capitol. There was no stage, no speeches, no instructions on what to do. So, of course, when they arrived, the mob did what Trump said and fought like hell. Mm-hmm. And the fact that their pathetic defense is going to be, he said peacefully one time in an 11,000-word speech when he said fight 20-something times. First of all, he's a lifelong criminal.
Yes.
He always knows how to put one, plausible deniability thing in.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, he condemned it. It's like the day after, the
Right.
day of the attacks. The only person he condemned the day of the attacks is Mike Pence, who they were already actively trying to assassinate.
Trying to hang.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Here it is. Oh, Samuel Benson. Here it is. They're all this whole party. In an interview last Thursday, Senator Mike Lee told me on the record that both Trump and Giuliani misdialed him on January 6th, thinking he was Tommy Tuberville. So he's objecting to some small idiotic part just to do a stunt. You know why? Because that was so damning. He had to create a diversion. Yesterday was so damning, he had to go, oh, one thing that you said I said was blah. But I mean, the whole crux of the story is correct.
How do you accidentally dial Tuberville and get
know.
Lee?
And-
They're not close together in your
Plus,
contacts.
as we always say, we have to be grateful that
Rudy,
they're
just
such
gonna say that.
idiots.
Jumping back in.
For complete criminals,
Yeah.
they're such idiots. You're right. How do you have the wrong number of a senator when you have planned this coup and this insurrection? Oh my
that
God.
I will never get. And they did it twice.
Yes. Yes, exactly. The one time it's like, hey, it was the wrong guy. Okay,
Right.
never mind. Just call him again. Okay. Yeah, and then this one, Asha Rangappa said, it seems to me both Trump's lawyers and GOP senators are daring the DOJ to prosecute Trump criminally. But you know them, right? It was just like, oh, you can't prosecute a sitting president, right? And then it's like, oh, well, now he's not president, so now you can't. And you know exactly what they're going to say, oh, this is for criminal, like Marco Rubio said that. This is not for impeachment. And then you know when he gets charged criminally, they'll go, oh, we've never done this to Trump derangement syndrome. We've never done this to a former president. That's what impeachment is for. I mean, you know, because they have no shame.
Right.
They will turn on a dime.
Yep.
Yeah, and to Ellie Mistal, our friend, with the same point, I actually think the fact that Republicans were trying to call Trump is some of the best evidence that even Republicans know whose fault this is. And who could have stopped it and who didn't. I mean, I just, okay. Yes, Republicans know, Amanda says Republicans know Trump controlled a mob because they begged him to stop them. This isn't hard. Yeah, and David Axelrod, one last one. Impossible to believe that as the Secret Service was evacuating Pence, Trump wasn't informed. Of course he was.
He was.
And Tommy Tuberville just testified last night that he told him Mike Pence is being evacuated, and that timeline is so damning. Yeah, Chris Hayes said Trump calling Tuberville while the attacks are going on to lobby about him to block the vote is next level deranged, right? And then he's like, yeah, they're evacuating Pence. Yeah, whatever. Can you stop the vote? I mean, it's just, okay. All right.